Howdy guys, this is Puffs for your insight. So today's subject is something that I've personally chosen because of the struggles I personally have, and it's something that I feel we all will relate to. Well, we know that times are tough economically and in most other aspects of life. Like they normally say, money is not everything. But for me, I say, well, money is not everything, but almost everything nowadays is about money. Because if you want to make someone happy, sometimes other than giving them your time and what else, sometimes you just need to be able to take them out and do something of the sort to make them just feel special, because money is something that is really hard earned, and for you to spend it on someone, then it means that you really care about them and stuff like that. So it's not really a big deal to other people, but we know it is a big deal. Okay, so I want to talk about mental strength, and for my salaried people, for example, it's just the 10th of October. Oh, 9th actually. And for most of us, the salaries are already finished. We pay bills and stuff like that. So at least we are glad it was able to do what it was meant to. But again, you look at it, being paid only 12 times in 365 days, it doesn't really make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. But then this is the life we live in, and somehow we need to maneuver through it, find ways to get through the days as we wait for the payday. So now like I said, mental strength is something that I personally really struggle with, and sometimes it's really good, but sometimes I feel like when things happen, they really deal a heavy toll on me. Like, for example, I consider myself highly emotional. I feel stuff a lot, and most of the time when things happen, I'm able to actually relate so much with them until I become teary. Not even teary, I actually cry. Yeah, when things go wrong, sometimes I feel like let me just cry it out, and after some time, of course, I'll feel like, why did you even have to cry? Well, I know I have the conviction that I am resilient and I'm able to actually get through everything, and by the end I'm able to actually get back. But then that process of until everything just goes, I don't know how to even explain it, but I get myself crying because of stuff a lot, and sometimes I feel like no, it shouldn't be like this, because it means like somehow I don't have the mental capacity to handle with the stuff. That is just the reaction that I give to stuff when they happen at that moment. But at the back of my mind, I know that I have to be strong, things have to go in a particular way, and I have to work towards them. But then there's just some kind of reactions that I can't always deal with. I always have to shut down or something of the sort. So that is why today I'm talking about mental strength. Let's try to really understand what mental strength is, or what is mental toughness. So mental toughness is the measure of individual resilience and confidence that enables you to get through difficult situations. And these are one of the things that are really most essential for any person who wants to be successful in life. It's just a state whereby when things get tough, you have to push through them even as you wait for something better to happen. Through this particular process, you have to fight through adversity and not let things crush you down. Because of that, then it means that you won't be able to give up on your course, but you'll always find some reasons to get up. So that is what mental strength is about: the urge to rise up from difficulties to become something better. I want us to look at some of the characteristics of mentally strong people. So who is a mentally strong person? So one, these are people who have emotional control. I think I get out of control myself most time. Like I said, normally when things happen to me, especially those ones that are related to injustice, like something happens and then I feel, no, I didn't deserve that, I get myself crying. So somehow I don't have emotional control. That's why I said somehow I don't think I'm a mentally strong person, but that is just one aspect of it. And then mentally strong people are delivery oriented. So you look at the goal and then you're like, I must handle this, I must do it, I must get the results as desired. Also, they are goal oriented, so they're not just working for the sake of working, but they always aim to achieve something at the end. Next, they always always stretch themselves. So sometimes you might be given a task, and maybe you have to work outside the limits that have been set for you. So for a mentally strong person, because they know that something has to be done, then they have the ability to stretch themselves beyond and far. Something else, mentally strong people learn from everything. So every experience is a learning experience for mentally strong people. Something else, they possess interpersonal confidence. So they are confident with who they are and what they have. So they have that internal confidence with them. They also have confidence in their abilities. They don't need any validation. They always believe that if I'm given this task, then I can always execute it to my best ability. They have life control. And lastly, they have something that we call risk orientation. So meaning that they don't fear taking risks. They're always into everything that will be good for them. Now, what are some of the benefits of having mental strength? One, you'll get greater life satisfaction. That is in terms of you'll be able to accept yourself more in terms of what achievement you've achieved while you strive to self-improvement. Next, there's also enhanced performance. So it means that you don't have to worry about a lot of stuff, and most of the time you'll have to just work on what you have to do. Lastly, there is increased resilience, and we said resilience, this is their capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. Alternatively, you can say it's springing back into shape or adjusting easily to misfortune or change. So meaning that you won't mourn over stuff that go wrong for so long, but you'll be able to get back right on track. So what are some of the characteristics of mentally weak people? The overall one that I found out is that these are people who are characterized with self-pity, meaning that they always feel sorry for themselves. I don't think I feel sorry for myself, so I'm not mentally weak. And we're saying that a mentally weak person is often controlled by everything. And ironically, they're controlled by everything except their mind. How bizarre. So what some of these people do is, one, they blame others for their problems. So something happens and you feel like, were it not for so and so, then this thing would not have happened. Another thing is they apologize for everything. Well, I'm not saying that you shouldn't apologize, but some of the things happen and you don't always have to apologize, because if you apologize, it means that something maybe happened and you feel like it's your fault. So mentally strong people don't apologize for everything. Sometimes you take things the way they are. Also, they're always seeking external validation. So you do something, you don't trust that you've done it right, and so you have to ask a third party to actually approve what you've done. They hold on resentment. Something goes wrong and you feel bitter all through, even after that thing has already happened. So don't be like that. Non-commitment to a goal. Well, not really non-commitment, but you find it difficult to commit to a goal. So that is also a characteristic of a mentally weak person. Another thing, they always allow others to control them. So they obsess over problems. So something happens and you hold on to them. And lastly, they always embrace a victim mentality. So something happens and then it looks like they're ones who have been wronged. So those are just characteristics of mentally weak people. So what do we do so that we become mentally strong? What do we do so that we become resilient in life? So one is we always have to focus on the moment. So forget about what tomorrow will bring. Forget about what the next hour is going to bring. I'm not saying that you shouldn't actually plan your time for whatever is coming, but it's good to enjoy the moment so that you take away the worries of tomorrow or the worries of the next moment. So whatever you can't control, let it be. Also embrace adversity as part of life. I was looking at the Buddhist doctrines, and one thing I really loved about it is that they emphasize that suffering, or rather adversity, is part of life. And so as humans, all we need to do is just to embrace it, because they'll always come. Problems will always be there. Next thing is that we have to respond positively. Something happens and you're like, no, this is the worst. So sometimes look at the positive aspect, or rather look at the positive side of things, because sometimes that is all we need to get through. Also be aware of self-talk. So we are looking at positive affirmations only. So what do you tell yourself? When things happen, what do you tell yourself? So have positive affirmations for yourself every day and every time. And also you need to be mindful, and by this I mean you need to look at what really gets your attention, be it beliefs, be it be actions. So what is it that is worth your attention? So don't just react to everything. So you need to be mindful of yourself. Also find solutions, because like we said, problems will always be there. And then something else is that we need to be grateful. We do quite a lot that we don't give credit to ourselves, but actually when you look at things that we're able to do, if you actually take your time to look at what you've achieved, you'll wonder, because most of the time we do a lot of great things that we don't take our times to look at them. So always be grateful to yourself, because you're capable of so much more. Lastly but not least, exercise your mind, because we're saying that keeping your own self full is your job. It is your responsibility. What you fill your head with is your responsibility. So make sure you have positive thoughts only. Make sure you train yourself, and all this requires discipline, not overreacting to stuff, being resilient. All these requires self-discipline. And what I'd like to leave you with as my parting shot is that when things go wrong, don't go with them. Until next time, it's bye for now.